Hello, Zaec. This is the Collective of Elijah. This is a new collective that you have not yet met with or allowed to speak or have allowed to speak on your YouTube channel. We are a collective of 500,000 beings that exist on the 8th dimension. We wish to use this opportunity to share with your audience the teaching of eccentricity. Eccentricity is a way of being, or a way in which the individual soul can express its authentic nature. Most people today find themselves to be shy or restrictive in the ways in which they express their uniqueness. Eccentricity is a way for the soul to show other souls the degree of love that the soul has for oneself. Eccentricity, as seen from our perspective, is the way that the soul showcases its self-love. The more that the soul chooses to love itself, the more the soul will choose to then express its unique vibrational signature in different ways, through different choices that the soul makes while embodied on the earth plane. And the more in love the soul is with itself, the more carefree the soul will find itself in expressing its uniqueness. As the soul chooses to progressively love itself more and more through making choices that result in the awareness of self-love, the soul will then naturally find itself expressing itself in unique and eccentric ways. Eccentricity previously, or up until recently on the earth plane, has been a way for many people to justify judgment or condemnation. When one truly is in the full embrace of one's uniqueness, it wishes to share that uniqueness with the world around it. And this is our understanding of eccentricity, because the expression of one's uniqueness is in fact what all other souls require to see in an individual in order to know whether or not they would like to be a part of that individual's world. When a soul expresses itself in an eccentric way, that is to say, a way that showcases the unique elements or parts of that individual soul, the world around it is given the opportunity to learn from that self-loving nature of that individual soul. When other souls observe and recognize a soul exhibiting self-love through courageously living eccentrically, the other souls are then being led by example as to what it means to truly love oneself. Self-love is something that can be showcased or expressed in many different ways. And eccentricity is what we would wish your audience to begin feeling more comfortable in expressing. Because as they start to unwind and relax and let go of holding back their uniqueness, their specific brand of uniqueness, they will find that in the mere sharing, in the mere expressing of their uniqueness, in whichever way that it is being guided to express in any given moment, they will find themselves naturally falling in love with themselves. And this progressive falling in love with oneself is what will then show and communicate outwardly, very obviously, to the world around them. As the soul is more comfortable and in love with sharing their unique vibrational essence with the souls around them, they will find themselves being naturally placed in positions of leadership. Opportunities will then be presented to those individuals who have the courage to express their self in eccentric ways. As they are presented with opportunities as a mere consequence of loving themselves and showcasing this self-love through eccentricity, they will then find their lives expanding in ways that they had not previously imagined or become aware of, as this is part of the nature of expansive living. As you grow in your spirit, as you grow to love yourself more deeply and fully, your life will take on a new meaning and significance, most of which will come as a surprise to the awareness of the soul. In other words, the soul is only able to prepare or plan for what their soul is here to live to a certain degree. Much of what the soul is destined to experience will come as a surprise to the soul, and this is in fact part of the overall plan. It is seen as more exciting and exhilarating, more fun, more enjoyable for the soul to experience what it has not yet been made aware of. This is what makes life enjoyable and fun to live. And the soul can then enable this kind of ever-evolving and spontaneously evolving life experience. They can allow for this to open in this way if they simply choose to love themselves through expressing eccentricity. And so we would encourage your collective at this time to become aware of different impulses that arise within their mind in different moments throughout their lives. What comes into their awareness? What do they feel inspired to create? And by creation, what we mean is anything that can be expressed in the moment. If you, for example, find yourself in what seems to be a random interaction with a new person, and you are all of a sudden inspired to say something that could be expressed humorously, that would be expressed spontaneously, and be expressed in a way that creates a surprise in that interaction. That is what is in fact seen as creation in that moment. And so in that moment, you can be seen as creating spontaneously in a state of flow as you listen to, as you become aware of what is entering into your mind, something that is unplanned, not rehearsed, and you are courageously following through on what enters into your mind. You are then expressing your uniqueness, and maybe expressing that uniqueness in what we would call an eccentric way. As you then have the courage to express your eccentricity in those moments that you are naturally inspired to, you will then find yourself loving yourself in the very moment, because the self-love is what happens when you express outwardly the inspiration that comes through your awareness. The act of expressing the inspiration is what is loving to yourself. And so the embodiment of eccentricity is a way that you can love your uniqueness. When you love your uniqueness, that which makes you the individual, then you are acting, being in your life on a moment-to-moment basis, a way that is loving. And so it is the actions, it is the courageousness with which you act and show your uniqueness to others that is resulting in love. It is resulting in greater degrees of love for yourself. And as you know what it means to love yourself in this way, through expressing eccentricity, you will then feel that it is more safe to be you. When you feel that it is safe to be you, what you will do automatically as a consequence is show the authentic you, because you have trained yourself that it is safe to be yourself. As you then show yourself to others, however you are guided to, whether it is face-to-face, in an intimate conversation one-on-one, or on a global platform such as YouTube right now, you are then showing other people the power of what self-love is. Because everyone will know that as a result of you expressing yourself eccentrically or in eccentric ways, it will mean to them, it will signal to them, you are feeling safe in your authentic self. And that is ultimately the greatest inspiration to other people. The inspiration, the guidance to be safe in yourself. This is what it truly means to find yourself and feel at home in yourself. This is our teaching for your collective here on YouTube at this time, and we would like to end with a message of love for your collective. We would like your collective to know how deeply they are loved, not only by their family, their immediate family, but by all of spirit. They are truly loved. They are truly loved, and we only wish if you could see yourselves in the way that we see you. We honor your uniqueness. We already see your uniqueness, and we hope, we wish that you will feel guided, that you will feel the courage to give the gift of your uniqueness to other people through your eccentricity. That is our teaching for your collective at this time, and we look forward to our next teaching on this platform. That was another new transmission with a new collective that I had just met for the first time today. So I hope you enjoyed this transmission. Be sure to subscribe for more teachings and transmissions live here, channeled from Spirit. See you in the next video.